Since the very beginning, when the term car audio was even coined, Pioneer has been at the forefront of this movement from the very get go in every format imaginable. And here we are in 2023, and they have introduced and are literally spearheading so many new technologies and features that consumers demand today. In today's episode, we've got Robert Money in the studio with us, and we're going to go over all these unique features and technologies that really make Pioneer a consistent leader within the source unit category. This is CMA Networks, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Pioneer, and it starts now. Welcome once again, everybody, to another CMA Network session here, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and as promised, we have Pioneer in the studio with us today. And Robert, I wasn't joking, man. Pioneer's been here from the get-go, continuously pushing the envelope as far as technologies and features, and always adapting with the needs of the environment that is car audio. So can you give us a quick breakdown of what it is that we want to discuss today?
Actually, today, Ben, we want to look at what people on the sales floor should look at or have interaction with their customers. So there's actually five key points where customers are looking at, and we want to look at those today with you.
Well, Robert, I got to tell you, Pioneer does its homework. And if you're willing to share with all our listeners, which are the dealers, of course, the top 5 things that customers right now are looking for and how Pioneer addresses them, I think that's the formula for a great show. But before we get started, I wanted to give a quick opportunity to our sponsor, SiriusXM, to remind all you dealers out there why you love it. And when we come back, Pioneer Electronics. Don't you dare go away.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability. People love it.
All right, we're going to get right into it. Now, Robert, you promised before we went to break that you're going to share some critical information with us. And this information is based on surveys that Pioneer has done with customers looking for their needs and wants when it comes to, what they want in their vehicle. So can you share with us, maybe we can outline right now what the main topics are, and perhaps from there we can break it down.
Actually, Ben, that is pretty simple. So we can divide those things with 5 keywords. The first one will be quality of the product, quality of what they will put in their car. The second one is entertainment, because they want to have a quality ride that will be fun to do, not just a dull type of ride. The third one is convenience. They want to have something that will be easy to work with on a daily basis. The fourth one is the connectivity. So we're sleeping with our smartphone now. So that smartphone need to be part of their daily ride for sure. And the last, but not least, it's product flexibility. And by product flexibility, I mean something really on a large scale, not just how about we will be able to integrate that things in the car, but how long the customers will be able to use the product if they want to change their car in a few years.
Okay, Robert, 5 key words that we're going to focus on today. And I have to laugh when you say we're sleeping with our phones, because quite literally, I cuddle with my phone at night. Pretty embarrassing. All right, we're going to get into it. Pioneer, obviously, you figured out these keywords. These are what the customers are saying. But how is Pioneer dealing with each and every one of these concerns?
Actually, Ben, we can deal with it on a different way. If I take the first one about product quality, actually, I think we are pretty comfortable saying that Pioneer is a leader in the industries We know all about harsh environment that a car can be. It's really important for the customers to look at a product that is really built from scratch with a car in mind, and not a product that is actually adapt or modified in a way to suit the situation. So Pioneer is a leader. We're having contract with OEM car manufacturers. We are a huge aftermarket company for car electronics. So the process is the same. So the quality insurance process that we developed over years since 1937 with the beginning of Pioneer is exactly the same. So the Q&I process for aftermarket and Q&I process for OEM manufacturers are the same. So the product will be no different on the manufacturer side for quality type of thing.
And that's something really interesting to point out, Robert, is not only the history and how long Pioneer's been around, but the OEM side of things certainly speaks a lot to the stringent protocols and quality measurements that you have to adhere to being an OEM supplier. So that covers the quality issue. But what about entertainment?
Actually, as I mentioned, Pioneer started in 1937. So we created a speaker as a first product. So we are constantly doing R&D to develop new product technologies to bring new and better solution for the car market, but for car audio. And we started with a audio product, and this is the root of Pioneer. This is the foundation of Pioneer. So we have in our DNA for, I should say most, if not all, the people working at the companies love music and love cars. So it's part of our mindset in a way to develop new product, in a way to integrate new product and solution for the car, to be passionate about what we are doing. So we are doing products that will not only fit the harsh car environment perfectly, but that will be developed in a way to create the best acoustic we can achieve in that car environment. So no matter if you are on axis or off axis, we will create those things. We have the processing power within the source in a way to create advanced sound and tailor that sound in a way to deal with those environment, which is actually not necessarily the best one. Actually, we're not sitting in the sweet spot or the money seat as we do in the listening room with a stereo system at home. We are dealing with complex environment. So Pioneer know how to deal with this. A pretty basic type of things that we do also with our unit is we are able to enjoy the basic compressed music that is coming out from your tuner from the FM band, but the MP3s that we know, or the streaming services that most of you are actually using on a daily basis, those music still compressed music. Even if we are hearing about DSD FLAC high-res file, 80%, if not 90% of the people still listen to compressed music. So we have technologies in our receivers from the basic MVH unit to the top of the line DMH unit with a floating screen that are actually able to recreate with the advanced sound retriever, Pioneer advanced sound retrievers, the music that was there at the beginning of the recording in a way to bring back to life that music that is actually compressed. And for the guys who are the audiophile one, then we support all the high-res FLAC file, even the DSD file, without any artifacts. So really a straight line from the source to your speakers in a way to not had any artificial process when we are dealing with those high quality file as well. So we are giving the best of the both world.
Well, Robert, the third thing that you said consumers are looking for is convenience. Help me understand what that means, because I feel like convenience could mean a lot of different things.
Actually, convenient can be really something that people will interpret in a different ways. But for car, they are looking at convenience when it's time to interact with the things in the dashboard. So this means a user interface that will be easy to work with, something that it's not necessarily complicated, even if it's bring you some complex type of things with the blend of the Apple CarPlay as an example with the HVAC system, or the Android Auto doing the same. So when it's time to convenient on the car side with the user interaction, Pioneer is looking at every single way we can make it simpler. And by this, I mean, most people know CarPlay. So CarPlay interface, still a CarPlay interface as an example. So no matter the brand you are dealing with in the dash, the CarPlay interface is the same. But let me give you a good example. Think about a complex car integration where we are dealing with HVAC control, or if someone want to listen to Sirius XM source. At the same time, they will have the map from Apple or Android Auto. So the problem with the current system is they will need to go out of CarPlay or Android Auto, then go to the source section, select the car, then select the HVAC control, change the setting they want to change as a fan speed or temperature, then go back to the menu and hit back CarPlay or Android Auto in a way to go back to where they were with the map. So we have a solution for that in a way to make it simpler. So we developed in partnership with CarPlay, Apple with CarPlay and Android Auto, a way to have a banner section on the right side of the display where it can move in or out in a way to have at the same time that CarPlay interface or that Android Auto interface, and have on the side a banner where you have a full control of your HVAC or your Sirius XM source, your tuner, whatever. So it's really a system where both systems are working together instead of working one at a time. So really simple interaction.
You know, I gotta give it to Pioneer. Credit is due. That split screen deal on the CarPlay and Android Auto is pretty darn nifty, and it's pretty exclusive to Pioneer. So kudos for that one. Let's get into the next point, which I probably think is one of the biggest points of them all, because in today's world, like you said, Robert, it's all about connectivity. So how is Pioneer addressing connectivity as a desire and a need?
Actually, connectivity for Pioneer means a lot of things. We were the first to introduce a app for a smartphone interface with the app radio. If we are going back a couple of years ago, so even before CarPlay and Android Auto, so we know about connectivity a lot. We have a strong history with Pioneer when it's time to talk about connectivity. So and we're still working and thinking the same way today. So it's not because CarPlay is here and Android Auto is here as well that we stop thinking on the process to work a better way with it. So the split screen are a great example of the integration we made, but we don't want to have the customers locked only to those ecosystem. And it's not just about CarPlay or Android Auto. So think about the users that are doing something with a more basic type of radio. So only audio receivers, no touchscreen. What we can do for those people. So the people who are looking for a basic audio receivers with the Bluetooth. So we have a solution for that as well with Pioneer SmartSync, which actually creating a kind of hybrid type of touchscreen receivers by merging the processing power of the audio receivers that is able to deal with the two-way communication with the smartphone, with the SmartSync app that work in the background to create a graphic user interface for the customers. But at the same time, you will have all the safety features in a good interaction by having a light GUI from the touchscreen of the smartphone, and also different sets of button of those receivers. So as an example, any MVH or DEH unit with a S before the digit on the model numbers means that receivers is compatible with SmartSync. So you will also see on the faceplate of those receivers a small icons with the mapping system on it. So one select. So if I'm pushing to on that button on the faceplate, it will bring to the smartphone the mapping system that I select within the configuration. Can be Apple Map, Waze, Google Map, or Genius Map. As an example, if I want to deal with that things in a offline mode where I don't have a cellular coverage.
Finally, we're going to get into the last point you mentioned, Robert, and that is flexibility. And I imagine when it comes to flexibility, it's got to be in relation to the installation aspect as well as integration. I mean, that's what people want these days, right?
Yes, Ben, it's really important for the customers to maintain everything they have on the OEM side of the car. I mean, if the current unit from the manufacturers is having a touchscreen interface and a way to control the HVAC system in the car, that things need to stay. So even if they are replacing the unit, so no matter what is the reason behind that change, if they want to have CarPlay, Android Auto, or more importantly, improve their audio in the car, they don't need to put aside or remove some of the current features they have. So with the help of different business partner like iDealing that most people know in the industries, we are able to do that complex and advanced interface with the car data bus system in a way to maintain those features from different OEM accessories in the car and the HVAC control, as I mentioned. But we're not stopping there. So we have a good relationship with iDealing. So we are fully compatible with the Maestro RR and the Maestro RR2. But we also developed recently an exclusive features that is actually pretty much the same with Mitra and their solution with their AXPIO solution. That is actually the same type of interface. So they are doing the same data bus interface in the car, but they made it under a different way. So where iDealing is pretty much a la carte type of thing. So where you have the Maestro RR module and where you're adding the different sets of accessories with the harnesses and the plastic kit, Mitra did it on a different way where you are ordering one product model numbers and where you have all the things within one solution. So the plastic, the harnesses, the data module, and even in some scenarios like Jeep as an example, they are even putting in the kit the backup camera that will be installed in the exact same location as the OEM one. So instead of interfacing with the OEM camera, they prefer to go with a camera replacement in a way to create a better quality solution for the image. And that is only one part of the flexibility. The other part of the flexibility, which I think is really important, is how pioneers see the business. So as I mentioned with Pioneer SmartSync, when we were talking about connectivity, we are able to offer solution that will suit the customers looking for a basic audio receivers, but we will push the offer in a way to do way more than just basic Bluetooth streaming with those receivers. We will, with the touchscreen, offer different opportunities for the dealers and the customers to have solution that will also meets their needs when it's time to have, as an example, an integration. So customers still looking for a CD or DVD based type of touchscreen with the complex or advanced integration with iDealing, as an example. We have solution for those on the market. We still have a motorized single-in faceplate with the AVH 3500 Next that is compatible with the Android Auto and CarPlay. So I think we're the only one to have those solutions on the market. And for the most recent design, we have the big floating screen, and we also have the custom integration series, where we're pretty happy to see the end result. Again, with the partnership we made with IDLink and Metra, we developed a different solution where you can have a custom flush mount integration on different screen size that are from the basic or the popular 6.8 inches doubled in unit to a big 9-inch screen where it is really a flash mount integration when you have the appropriate dash kit for the compatible car. So the integration, once complete, look really the exact same finish as the OEM unit. So even in some scenario, it'll look better.
I got to say, Robert, listening to you go through all these important points that you've researched and have surveyed, makes me think just the huge task that Pioneer has at hand when developing product as a manufacturer.
Yeah, actually, that is pretty good. Yeah. So we think about all the details, and the best way to represent that things to summarize all the tasks is maybe the last product we just introduced with the DMH WT 3800 Next. So it ticks all the boxes that we just looked at. And even push the envelope a bit further. So with that piece, we also introduce something that we can say as a version 2 of flexible option, where that unit is actually 2 unit in the same box. So with the 3800, you have a floating screen single DIN unit for a typical installation that will fit that things. But we also have in the box with all the required accessories. You only need to have the compatible dash kit and the car, of course, that will be able to accommodate that 9-inch screen. But we have also the option to do a flush mount installation for really a OEM type of look for the installation. So it's 2 bucks for the price of 1.
All right, Robert, I'm going to challenge you on a couple of things. So obviously that ultimate unit in the 3800 NEX obviously checks all the boxes. But what about for the customer who's coming in and let's say, yeah, maybe they have an interest for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, but might be a little bit more budget restrictive? What do you have for them?
Actually, that's not a challenging one. All the EX model we have in the lineup of touchscreen receivers are compatible with WebLink version 3.0, which means from a USB connection with a smartphone, no matter if it's a Apple smartphone or Android smartphone, they will be able to enjoy pretty much the same type of offer that you know from Android Auto or CarPlay in a tiled type of user interface that will look the same. So they will be able to have their map interaction with a smartphone, a good music player, and even more with WebLink. So the best way to describe it will be to watch that little video.
That WebLink app is a little bit of a game changer in my opinion, because the way it looks, the look and feel, the fact that you could have, well, unlimited possibility when it comes to the type of applications that you could use now on your Pioneer unit. I'll leave that to your imagination, but very interesting point, Robert. Lastly, I'm going to challenge you with one final scenario. What about addressing customers where Android Auto and Apple CarPlay may not even be a thing for them?
Actually, for those customers who look for something what we can call maybe a more basic solution with the audio receiver. So no touchscreen involved in the beginning of the process, but that will be part of the process with the hybrid solution. So really Pioneer SmartSync is really a unique approach where we are really creating a hybrid touchscreen solution. So that's the best way to describe it. And instead of going to all the features, a video can describe all the cool thing we can do. So from the basic interface, advanced setup, memorizing all those setup that I do, so quicker to interface, quicker to program, to set, and last but not least, we recently introduced a OBD2 interface, so you can also create some type of advanced in-car interface with that Pioneer SmartSync from a small unit, as affordable as $99, as an example, with the MVHS 322 in Canada.
You know, when a company like Pioneer puts in the time, the effort to make surveys to make sure that when they're developing product and they're putting products in your hands, the dealers, to offer to customers, that they are checking off the boxes that customers today are looking for. You heard Robert Money kind of go through all the different elements that they're looking for, give you the arguments, arm you with the information to be able to address the needs of these customers that are coming to your shop. Now, I want to take this opportunity. If you're interested to find out more about Pioneer Electronics, make sure you check out their website located at pioneerelectronics.ca. Just in closing, I think Pioneer has done a phenomenal job making sure that you guys have the right tools and that these offerings are equipped with exactly what the customer is looking for. I want to point out that I feel that web link, that web link is something definitely to explore a little bit further. It's something that I feel, especially younger customers today, are going to be very attracted to. The interface, the possibilities, the potential, and the connectivity via that web link, I think for Pioneer is certainly a winner. On that note, thanks for tuning in to another CMA Network session here presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.